Relationships are meant to be a source of support, love, and strength. What happens if such relationships become toxic and becomes a journey of pain and anxiety? Welcome to Relationship Matters. My name is Dr. Ufoma Nwachukwu. Last week, we started a new series on red flags you must not ignore in a relationship. And we looked at red flags that have to do with control and manipulation. Today, we are taking it a step further. We are going to be looking at red flags that have to do with toxicity and abuse. And the first one we shall be looking at is physical abuse. So physical abuse has to do with any physical activity that inflicts pain or injury on the partner. So it could be slapping, it could be hitting, it could be pushing. Anything that is deliberately done to inflict pain and physical harm on the partner is a physical abuse. And the dangerous thing about physical abuse is that it could finally lead to death. Even if it does not lead to death, it could lead to one form of deformation or the other. So it is a red flag you must not ignore in a relationship. Last week we mentioned that people try to be at their best when they are in relationship before marriage. So if the best you can get is that the person slaps you or hits you, please ensure that you pay attention to it, because you are most likely to get much more of that in marriage. The second red flag we shall be talking about today is verbal abuse. So when the partner uses words to cause emotional harm or hurts to the other person. So it could be yelling, it could be screaming at the person, use of derogatory statements, all to bring the person down. Those are forms of verbal abuse, and you should pay attention to such red flags because it might never ever stop. The third one we shall be looking at has to do with cyber abuse, a situation where the person, probably because the partner is naive, the partner is vulnerable, so the person gains access to digital information and uses them without consent, or the person indulges in cyber bullying, going online to make statements about the partner that are not fitting. Those are forms of digital or cyber abuse that you may wish to pay attention to. Another one is financial abuse. So also because of the person's vulnerability, the partner takes advantage, probably gets access to information about the partner, financial information. For example, the person gives access to the password on trust on a particular occasion, and after that the person decides to take advantage of that, goes to make withdrawals without the consent of the partner, or makes financial decisions that has to do with both partners without the consent of the other person. It is a red flag you must pay attention to. Do not forget that one of the major issues that marriages have is finance. So if before marriage you're already having issues with lack of trust and the person is taking unnecessary advantage, you may want to pay attention to that. You should in fact pay attention to it, not may want to. And then finally, emotional abuse. So the person is not giving emotional support. In addition to that, the person is making you feel little, attacking your self-esteem, depriving you of access to emotional health. It is a red flag you should pay attention to. Some persons find themselves in toxic relationships and they find it difficult to pull out. It could be a form of psychological issue, for instance, trauma bonding. So the person becomes still attached to that person when they know the person is going to cause them harm. If you find yourself in such situation, please seek help. Seek help from professionals to ensure that you do not endanger yourself. Have you subscribed to this channel? If not, kindly do so now. Share this video with family and friends. You may wish to ask some comments in the comment section or share your thoughts on this topic and we shall respond. Till our next edition, pay attention so that you do not regret in the future.